Tonight, Channel 2 investigates what makes a mass shooter. Is there such a thing as a profile?
Are there warning signs, triggers, common factors that might push somebody to commit mass murder?
Channel 2 investigator Robert Arnold sat down with those who've studied these acts of horror to hear what can be done to possibly prevent someone from going on a rampage.
Fully automatic fire from an elevated position. Take cover.
I called her, and her phone rang and rang and rang. I knew then.
I never really saw him. I saw the gunfire.
I don't understand it at all.
For years, law enforcement and academia have searched for potential patterns.
Is there such a thing as a profile?
We put that question to a psychology professor, executive director of the Alert Center and the FBI.
There is no profile.
There really isn't.
There really isn't a profile in the sense that many in the public want.
Here's part of the problem. Studies by the FBI and Secret Service show well over 90% of the time males carry out these attacks, but the ages of the shooters range from 12 to 88. And
we see they come from every major racial and ethnic group in the country.
Dr. Pete Blair is the executive director of the Alert Center at Texas State University. The center trains police departments to respond to mass shootings and studies possible motivators.
Any major life stressor has the potential to tip somebody, to set somebody off.
What Blair is talking about is behavior that goes well beyond having a bad day.
When you're seeing a change in that person's behavior from what their normal operation is, when they're starting to withdraw from people, when they're getting angrier.
3 years ago, Houston attorney Nathan Desai jumped in his Porsche and went on a shooting spree near West University. 10 people were shot. Amazingly, no one died.
I thought I was going to live out my last breath there.
Desai died in a firefight with police.
I said, not Nathan. It can't be Nathan. It can't be.
Friends say they didn't know Desai was heading down a dark path, but looking back, there were signs. Desai's law practice dissolved. Police say he was having financial trouble and had a secret affinity for collecting Nazi paraphernalia. His behavior became erratic.
They said a man was on the third floor, that he had a rifle up there and was looking at them. Not that he pointed it at them, but he was looking at them.
FBI and Secret Service reports show nearly all mass shooters had a combination of several stress factors in their lives before an attack. The FBI reports the most common stressor is mental health. Defense attorneys for the charged Santa Fe High gunman believe their client kept his mental health problems hidden.
Nobody ever thought to themselves, this is going to be somebody that wants to hurt somebody.
Other common stress points are financial strain, job or school problems, marital trouble, or conflicts with friends or coworkers. Houston FBI agent Michael Morgan works with corporations on how to identify these stressors and encourages companies to have programs that help employees.
That will a lot of times help mitigate the stressors that individual's going through that would ultimately lead them to prevent them having another trigger.
The FBI reported 62% of mass shooters had a history of abusive behavior. Morgan says there's another big factor.
About 79% of the individuals do have some form of grievance.
Grievance may have been a motivator for Seth Ator.
Oh God, they're shooting right there.
He murdered 7 people and wounded 24 over Labor Day weekend in Midland, Odessa. But police reports obtained by Channel 2 Investigates from the city of Amarillo show Ator's descent began at least 8 years ago when his mother dialed 911. It was clear that Seth believes the police and family are invading his privacy. He believes that he is being stalked by government officials, officers wrote. They also found Ator dug a hole in the living room of his apartment. There seemed to be some indication of some planned standoff with police, officers noted. Ator was committed for a time, but eventually moved on, had trouble holding jobs, and wound up living by himself in a shack.
When someone is displaying unpredictable behavior, we must reach out.
Psychology professor Dr. Kristen Anderson says intervention is key. She says ignoring concerning behavior and allowing someone to isolate themselves is risky because predicting someone's tipping point is almost impossible.
There's a lot of things we can do every single day. We should not give up hope.
A lot of people have the stress factors we mentioned in their lives, but would never turn to violence. Predicting who can handle those problems and who can't is incredibly difficult. That's why law enforcement asks the public to report potential problems to either police, a counselor, or family and friends. Just don't ignore it. If you want to read more about those FBI and Secret Service studies, you'll find them under the Investigate section of click2houston.com. Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.